All right, good people. Welcome back to another episode of Valid Talks. And today we gotta talk about it, man. I wasn't gonna talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it because there was more established platforms out there that can reach the people more with their message. But I also came to the conclusion that you have to draw a line in the sand, just like what's being done now. So before we get into it, for those who don't know, most of y'all, my name is DJ Valid, DJ VALIDD. Subscribe, like if you like, share if you want to share it, dislike if you want to dislike, and comment if you have something that insightful you want to add to it, or even suggestions. So, or something you want to hear me talk about. So let's get into it. Today we're gonna talk about you know who, little homie that dropped that video, right? First off, let me just say this.
You on my side or the other side? You on my shit or some other shit?
That's a question that's going to be so much more, it's going to be asked way more nowadays. You on my side or the other side? You on my ish or some other ish? Because right now it's being drawn in the line. The line in the sand is being drawn. Now, you want to put yourself in the right place in history, because this is all history happening, people. Remember, we got the most voices we've ever had, social media wise, like Facebooks and the Twitters and everything. Even though some of that is being suppressed, the voices are being suppressed, we still have the most we've ever had to be able to speak out and be seen. So you have to know that when history goes in and flows as it flows, you want to be on the right side. And usually I'm not a person who gets caught up in current events or things that's going on in the world, because especially nowadays, because it just seems to be like fodder, like just quick cheap meals. It's just you quickly get it and it's out. Even if it's supposed to be something serious, even that we have something like a pandemic going on. Y'all remember the news reports of the pandemic when it first go on? Have y'all watched the news recently? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like it's absolutely crazy. And this is only in the span of a year. So it's crazy what a year can do. I know you've heard that in other situations as well. Well, here is one right now. So Lil Nas X, let's get back to him. Lil Nas X comes out with a video basically showing his allegiances, showing who he reps. And you don't see nothing about God or Jesus or anything really religious in on TV or in entertainment, really. The last thing we see maybe about God in the entertainment industry was really with Kirk Franklin cussing with his son, right? We never really see anything about God in a bright light, like a good story about how God helped somebody, or God helped me do this, or Jesus helped me. We don't really see those stories, but you will be quick to see, and everybody gets to see it, not just kids. I mean, not just adults. Kids are seeing this content that Lil Nas X put out there. So basically, he makes a video about him descending into hell and giving the devil a lap dance. That's just the whole premise. I've seen some clips of it. I'm not going to look into that. I don't even feel right in my soul viewing that from start to finish, because I know what side I stand on. If you're a righteous person, it's time for you to make some videos about being righteous, because you want to be on the right side of history. I want to be able to look back at this and even show my kids and say, yo, kids, remember, I never supported 6ix9ine and I never supported Lil Nas X. From the beginning he came out, I thought to myself, okay, a young brother doing the cowboy thing, doing the whole country boy thing. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. We spreading our wings in different areas. That's fine. But then I started to analyze it more, and they kept on. The country people were like, oh, nah, he's not country. He's not country music. Even though clearly it is definitely a country song. They put him as hip-hop because he was black. Mind you, this kid don't rap. This kid's not a rapper. Where did he come from? Right? But somehow he's part of the hip hop. Who gave him a plug? Who plugged him in? Nas plugged him in. And that was the worst thing that ever happened. When Nas put Lil Nas X on it, when he put the X on Lil Nas X, he put his signature on the X, he signed the line. I was like, oh man. When a staple like Nas co-signs Lil Nas X, it gives him credibility in hip hop that he's a part of the community, because who else I mean, come on, we got Nas. Who else is really higher than Nas? On the same tier as Nas, besides Jay-Z or the Foundationals, you know, DMX's and these guys. But anyway, they gave him the cosign. This kid, from since that whole hit that he made, the one hit one that he made, he's been doing everything other than make music. He's been doing a lot of, you know, theatrics and etc., trolling and whatever the case may be. And he is a kid. My one thing about Lil Nas X, if you ever see this, which you won't, because I know this ain't reaching that far. But Lil Nas X, where your parents at, bro? Like, is the payday that good for the parents that they don't say no? How does this work? Does he have parents? Who's watching over this kid and protecting his soul, man? You know, to just blatantly do something like that and show that type of imagery to other people's kids as well. It's like, you don't have no guidance, brother. You really are a lost soul. You know, some of us are not lost out here. Some of us haven't figured it all the way out, me including, but we definitely not lost. You know, we know where we're going. We just don't know exactly the formula on how to get rich. Like Chink said, you know, ain't nobody gonna tell you how to get rich. Now, with this whole thing, he came out with a sneaker. It's not just a video, folks. He's twerking with the devil, doing all types of crazy stuff. If y'all want to go watch it, go watch it. Y'all come up with your own videos. But he made a sneaker as well that's supposed to have a certain percentage of human blood. It's red. It has the pentagrams and all types of stuff on it. People, the lines in the sand are being drawn. If you have children and you want them to worship God, or you want them to be on a good path, lead a good life, help people, because these are the principles of God. Help, give, love. That's what God represents, right? Y'all know what the devil represents, right? Do y'all know what the devil represents? Okay, well, if you do know what the devil represents and you have an idea of who the devil is, right? He's promoting that in the media, in the mass, right? Because his name is a big name. It's popular. Kids follow it. Your kids are going to be buying those sneakers and taking in that personality within their souls. So before their souls gets to make any type of real decisions on what line or where they want to be, it's already going to be gone because they're following this kid. You know, I feel bad for him, be real with you. I feel bad for him. But he look like he knows what he wants to do and where he wants to go. So to all my people who's watching this, remember the timeline. That's all I got to say. I'm not saying too much because it's YouTube. Remember the timeline. Remember when this first started to where we are now and all the things that have taken place. Break it down, right? And also they came out with a commercial for women empowerment, right? And the face of that was Tamika Mallory. Just want to quickly jump into a quick comparison of what's going on so y'all can see what time we in, what times we're living in. I made a video too about depression where I said the frequency felt like demon time. I wasn't wrong. Check out my video on depression. So anyway, Tamika Mallory, who was supposed to be an activist for Black Lives Matter or just an activist in general, she recently made a video with Cadillac where it was just nothing but black women or women in general promoting, aiming at women, specifically black women, because there was a lot of black faces. And basically saying she comes from a long, strong line of women and they're independent, they don't need no man. That's basically what the commercial conveyed in that form. There was no men in that video. And I think there was even a transgender in the video. Check the video, the commercial out for yourself. You see what they're promoting. They're promoting feminism, women power, without a man in the household. And we all know universally, a man that is not in the household, usually the kid ends up on the wrong side of the tracks. More likely than not, even if they have the best mom in the world, the kid usually ends up on the wrong side of the tracks. Even if he makes it back over, he usually ends up over there when there's not a strong male presence in the house, even if it's an uncle or father, whatever the case may be. Now you got Tamika Mallory making this commercial, basically saying women only, etc., etc. On the other side, who do we have in the mainstream doing this? We have Lil Nas X. What is he promoting to our young boys? Because he's a young black boy. What is he promoting to the youth, to the young boys, and to the young black boys? To give lap dances to the devil, to wear pentagram sneakers with blood in it. So this is where our society is in 2021, people. You got to know where you stand at. See the man behind me? He knew where he stood at. And that's why his legacy still lives on to this day. He stood on the side of good. He preached love. He preached unity. You know what I mean? Coming together. He also had a song that said, "Get up, stand up for your rights." He's made this song in the 70s, bro. Maybe the early 80s, late 70s. He made this song. It exists, and it's still relevant to this day, more than ever. So people, have a voice. I'm not a person who speaks on celebrity. I'm not even a person who speaks celebrity. I'm not even in it. You watching my videos, you see I make a video maybe I'm not consistent with it. I'm not consistent with it. But one thing about my videos, I try not to get into celebrity gossip and what's going on. But it seems like now God's people have to speak up. They're pushing us in the corner where we have to speak up now. Okay, so if you believe in God strongly and you know what he has done for your life, and you have testimonies for real, you can't let Lil Nas, if you came across the video, you can't let that rock. Speak out, even if it's for 10 minutes, even if it's for 50 seconds. Make a quick video saying, I don't approve. We gotta let the voice of the good people be heard, because there's nothing representing good in the media today. Crib or the other crib. Alright? It's DJ Valid, DJ VALIDD. Like, subscribe, and share if you like the message, if you like what I'm saying, if you like the fitted, even though it's old, if you like Bob Marley, if you like the QSC speaker, whatever you may like or dislike. If you don't like how I look, if you know what I'm saying, my lips or something, I don't know, whatever. If people come up with something to hate you, put dislike. Let me know what's going on. I look through the analytics and see who likes and whatnot. So DJ VALIDD. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll let your boy.